although most people have no idea that a railway ever ran here, for a brief time one did. The Glenelg South Coast Railway operated from January 1879 to April 1880, running from Mosley Square, then along Mosley Street, turning off down Phillip Street. It joined the coastline and ran 3 feet above the high water mark, south 6 miles to Kingston Park, terminating near 2 large pine trees called Paddy and Charlie. Although it only operated for such a short time, during that period there were 3 associated fatalities. The first occurred on Easter Monday, 14th of April 1879. A brother and sister named Abraham and Jane Russell, aged 10 and 14 respectively, wanted to visit some friends who lived near the Seaside Hotel, which used to stand in the Brighton area. When told the train didn't stop there, they decided to jump off, but in leaping were caught by the train and severely injured by its moving parts. The boy died almost instantly, and the girl succumbed 5 hours later. Then, on February 22nd, 1880, about a half-mile south of there, at the end of Shoreham Road in Brighton South, the next serious incident occurred. The train had left Kingston Park at 5:15 p.m, heading for Glenelg with 5 passengers aboard. 3 were sitting in the carriage and 2 were riding on the engine. One of those 2 was a 29-year-old German named August Müller-Oberhuber. He had worked in a railway office in Bremen before coming to Australia, and since arriving had worked as a plate layer on the railway at Jamestown. One of the problems with the location of the rails was the accumulation of sand onto them. The locomotive was fitted with guard irons to push the sand out of the way, and the loco had driven through up to 6 inches of sand before, and on that day there was only 3 or 4 inches of sand, which was not considered dangerous, although it was the policy to go slowly through any such sand drifts. It is unclear whether it was the sand or whether a stone had found its way onto the line. At any rate, the engine jumped the line, flipped upside down and turned around in the direction in which it had been going, its funnel partially burying itself in the sand. The carriage remained upright, but was off the rails, and the front of it was smashed about. Oberhuber had apparently leapt from the engine as it started to overturn, and was struck on the chest by the veranda of the engine in doing so. The cabin pressed him 2 feet deep into the sand. The engine driver, William Reynolds, managed to clear the sand from Oberhuber's face, but by that time he was already dead. It was rumoured that Oberhuber's ghost was seen flitting about at night near the spot where he was killed, but it seems a long time now since anyone has reported seeing his spirit. The landscape has changed much over the past 139 years, and the old railway and its ghosts have long since been consigned to the dark corners of history.